OutKick 360 rolls on across the OutKick network with former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Donovan McNabb joins us at the table. Good to see you, man.
Hey, how's everything going, fellas?
It's great.
Welcome to Arizona.
The Eagles legend, Donovan McNabb,
No doubt.
also played in a Super Bowl with the Eagles. Exciting time for you here on Radio Row and getting ready for your Eagles in the big game.
That's almost like a double negative. Exciting time and then here on Radio Row.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
But you know what?
It's the same thing every year.
Being a media member myself, it's an exciting time for you guys. I mean, you guys are right in prime location. You get a chance to see people walk past, reach out and grab them, bring them on. But for me, it's one of those chances, I think, for all the alums to kind of reunite. For us to see guys that we played with, guys we played against, guys we went to high school with, guys we went to college with. And then at the end of the day, this weekend, we got an explosive game that has a great storyline. So I'm looking forward to this opportunity to enjoy the rest of the week and then obviously sit down and watch some good football.
How much of a fan are you of Jalen Hurts and the prove-it year, quote-unquote, and his delivery in that as consistent as he's been?
I'm excited for Jalen because of his journey. I know him personally. I know the work that he's put in this offseason, last offseason. I know his motivation. And to lead his team this season, I think he answered a lot of questions of analysts trying to nitpick his game, try to wonder if he's a franchise guy, compare him to the likes of some of the upper echelon guys, and to find himself in this position. I think he's answered the question, and he's pretty much proven everything that you can prove as a quarterback. But again, on the other side, with Jalen and also with Patrick, I think people kind of look at Patrick and it's kind of like, we expected it. But it's greatness. It's greatness that we've seen in his 6-year run of the accomplishments, the progression, the fun, the fact that he's probably, I would say he's the face of the NFL at this particular point. Obviously with Tom going out.
Yeah.
But at the position, it all starts with Patrick.
You were a guy who would play hurt over the course of your career.
Right.
And with Patrick Mahomes and that high ankle sprain, and then coming back in that game, and then coming back the next week, what were your thoughts watching him? And you could see he was favoring it, but I'm curious, with someone who played that position and played hurt at times, what did you think when you watched his performance?
Well, one, I was a little pissed off because Andy he didn't let me come back after I got my high ankle sprain, because we played New England that next week, and he's like, just get yourself back healthy. Then I look up and I'm like, first of all, I know he's not healthy enough to play, but he's still willing to be out there with his team, and it says a lot about Patrick.
And you wanted to play too.
I did. But it was funny. I joked with Andy. I said, hey, you've had 2 quarterbacks that came back out for an ankle injury or played on an ankle injury and still won the game. And he goes, yeah, I had 2 tough guys. I said, yeah, but only one of them broke his ankle. And he goes, yeah, I remember that too. I said, I do too. But again, I love watching the guy play because it's the sacrifices that he makes, and he still looks like he's having fun.
Donovan McNabb, our guest on OutKick 360. What does this matchup mean? It's the Super Bowl. You want to win the world championship.
Right.
But you know Andy Reid well.
Yeah.
Facing the Eagles to win the title and to not have them win the title. What does that mean to him?
It's personal. He'll tell you it's not. It's personal. It's personal for all of us who have played for him, and we understand that. Obviously, we want the Eagles to win, but I understand his motivation and his drive in this. I mean, you got to think about the success that he had over a decade in Philadelphia. The way things kind of ended was a little bit questionable. And then to go to Kansas City and pretty much continue the same reign that he had in Philadelphia, and to find themselves here in this Super Bowl against them, I'm sure it's extra motivation for him.
Keith Bullock says hello, by the way. I know, former teammate
that's like
of
my
yours.
little brother right there.
Yeah.
I was with him last night. He's a bonehead. That's my guy.
In a great way.
In a great way.
Pretty good year for Syracuse defense, football team this year. What is your connection like with Syracuse, and what does it feels like a program since you were there that is in need of something. I'm not quite sure what that something is. You can probably put your finger on it better than we can.
How about recruits?
Players?
Yeah.
Starts with players.
And it's tough because with the NIL stuff and, NFT, all this stuff, it's hard to compete. It's hard to compete if you don't have boosters, if you don't have big pocket fans or big pocket alums or whatever it may be.
But Syracuse has some money in that school, right? Some
yeah,
alums?
but it's different now. It's not like, we can just go in our pocket and be like, hey, we give you this money and, we love that you're here with the program. It's so much more now. I mean, these kids basically, to be honest with you, it's almost like free agency.
Yep.
Like these kids are coming out of high school and all of a sudden they get 3-4 year deals for 10, 12, 13, 14 million dollars. And it's like, who can compete with that? School, you would think upper echelon schools can do that, but it's not as easy as you think. And so we have to be able to get recruits to be able to be competitive versus the likes of some of these upper echelon schools. Like, I mean, everybody wanted to go to USC back in the day.
Yeah.
If you're on the West Coast, you want to go to USC.
Yep.
Alabama was just Alabama at that time, but you still had like Nebraska. When I came out, it was like Nebraska, Florida, Michigan, like these Big Ten schools. Now it's almost like the SEC and everybody else. And so if you end up going to the Big 12, it's like, oh, well, you may not have gotten an offer from a SEC school. You go to Pac-12, and it's like, well, you're going to get lost out there. So it's just tough with the competition, but we got to bring some recruits in.
You were a Big East guy. You played in the Big East. Do you like the move to the ACC for Syracuse? It's been a while now, but did you like it at the time? What do you think now?
I'm on the board of trustees, and I'm a alum. I'm a alum from that. Now I'm retired, but it was a decision I helped make. But I just always thought it was going to be tough moving to the ACC and competing in all of our sports.
Yeah.
From soccer with lacrosse and basketball, but more for football. I thought football would kind of put us back a little bit because we don't recruit heavily in the South, and we're more East Coast, trying to trickle some West Coast guys in there. But when you think of the South, I mean, it's hard to recruit down there. And so we had some guys that came in, but it wasn't the likes of as they came, 4 or 5 star guys.
Yeah.
At what point did you gain the confidence to wear this and pull this off, your bag here on your shoulder?
Well, Keanu Reeves, its speed kind of it's gave me that inspiration. And then when I seen him in The Matrix, I was like, yo, you know what? I can throw that. I can do that. I can do that. And then what I added to the mix is the Gucci over-the-shoulder bag, which people don't understand is flawless, sexy.
It's very European.
Very, very
yes.
European.
And expensive.
But very. That it is.
Can't hide money. He wears it around his shoulder every day.
I mean, I just do what I can, I see everybody over here really casual. I just came with the sexy look, the man bag.
It works.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work on us. It works on you. Yeah.
It would.
I don't know, man.
Chad, try it.
I don't know.
Come on,
try it
man.
on.
Yeah, you got to add more flavor to the mix.
Yeah.
See, you got is this a flannel?
It's not I guess maybe it is technically a flannel.
Yeah,
but
flannel.
I try to go with like an Arizona desert vibe with the shirt I'm wearing today. I don't know if I could pull it off with this. If I had I couldn't pull it off. There's no shirt that I could wear.
It might not be Gucci with this flavor.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton might flow with that. And more of a
Look at that face.
Yeah.
Like, no,
I'm giving them some insight. I got to help them bring a sexy bag. So I think more over-shoulder bag, Gucci, Louis Vuitton would definitely work for you.
I'm hearing everything you're saying, but there's just no way that I can work. But I appreciate it. Thanks for trying to make that work.
I do what I can.
Yeah, you're the best.
Good to see you, man. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it, guys.
Thanks, Donovan.
Hey,
Donovan
take care, my
McNabb.
boy Keith Bullitt.
We will.